Watching the political buzz today, I'm Gaurav Sawant. Will the Congress, the Samajwadi Party and the Bahujan Samaj Party form a grand alliance against the BJP's prime ministerial candidate at Varanasi? Or will the Aam Aadmi Party go it alone? Of course, the Aam Aadmi Party will not have its rally at Varanasi on Sunday. They've postponed it by 2 days. The reason given that they don't have permission for the rally on the 23rd. Instead, it will now be on the 25th. But what's the inside story? We'll get you that on the poll buzz. Also, an exclusive interview with the Union Finance Minister, P. Chidambaram. What's his take on a consensus candidate against Narendra Modi? And a senior Aam Aadmi Party leader and former minister stands accused of corruption. What's the buzz on that story? All that and much more coming up in the next half hour. Let's begin with all the stories that are making the headlines today. Classified report on the 1962 India-China war leaked by an Australian journalist. It indicts Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru for the debacle. No grand alliance against Narendra Modi in Varanasi. Chidambaram says Congress will fight Modi and Kejriwal. This is a Headlines Today exclusive. Last minute rethink in Congress over tainted candidates. Sources say announcement on tickets for Suresh Kalmadi and Ashok Chavan expected tomorrow. High drama at the Aam Aadmi Party press conference in Delhi. Chaos over ticket distribution in the party. A former minister accused of corruption. BJP's ticket wars continue. Protests against actor turned politician Kiran Kher in Chandigarh and the former chief of the army staff, General V.K. Singh, in Ghaziabad. And our top focus story is a grand alliance likely against Narendra Modi at Varanasi. There are some elements in the Congress who say that there should be a grand alliance, but the Union Finance Minister, P. Chidambaram, says that the Congress party will have a candidate against Narendra Modi and against Arvind Kejriwal should Arvind Kejriwal choose to fight elections from Varanasi. Let's listen into the Union Finance Minister as he insists that there is no tie-up with the Aam Aadmi Party. He's also saying those within his party who say that there should be a consensus candidate are wrong.
We are joined by Union Finance Minister Mr. P. Chidambaram. We have been seeing you aggressively campaigning in nook and corner of Shivaganga. So what is it that you're basing your campaigning on? We do see you're talking about your achievements.
The campaign is based on what we have done. It's all printed, distributed. People know what we have done. Village after village, panchayat after panchayat knows what we have done. There are major programs. The Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi Narega is a major program. Education loans is a major program. The revocation of the agricultural loans is very fresh in people's mind. So these are major programs on which we are campaigning.
Also, sir, who is going to be the candidate?
Oh, we will know that tonight or tomorrow morning. But whoever is the candidate, man, woman, young, old, for all practical purposes, I'm the candidate.
And also, sir...
So for Shivaganga, he says whoever may be the candidate, he is the face. Does that indicate that P. Chidambaram is very clear he's not contesting from Shivaganga? All indications are that he does not want to contest. But he insists that the Congress should put up a candidate against Narendra Modi at Varanasi and there shouldn't be a grand alliance, as Anil Shastri of the Congress was insisting that there should be a one consensus candidate. Whether it's the Aam Aadmi Party that's the most powerful opposition, then everybody else should support the Aam Aadmi Party, whether it's the Samajwadi Party or the Bahujan Samaj Party. Let's listen in to the Congress candidate or one of the Congress Party hopefuls from Varanasi, the MLA of that area, Ajay Rai, as he insists that he's in the best position to give Narendra Modi a fight.
बनारस की जनता इस बार ठगने वाली नहीं है। किसको आकर ठग देंगे लोग। बनारस के लोग इस बार अपना कैंडिडेट चुनेंगे, अपना नेता चुनेंगे, अपने घर का चुनेंगे, अपनी मिट्टी का चुनेंगे, जो इस बनारस की मिट्टी से प्यार करता हो और बनारस से उसका लगाव हो, जो इस बनारस में पैदा हुआ हो और इस बनारस का रहने वाला हो, ऐसे व्यक्ति को बनारस की जनता चुनेगी। और बाहर के लोगों को, चाहे अरविंद केजरीवाल आवे, चाहे नरेंद्र मोदी आवे, चाहे मुरली मनोहर जोशी आवे, इन लोगों ने बनारस को ठगा है, इनको बनारस की जनता स्वीकार नहीं करेगी।
Let me bring in headlines today's National Affairs editor Javed Ansari for perspective on the story. Also joining us from Varanasi's headlines today is Rohit Singh. Rohit, on ground zero, what's the buzz? Are people talking about a consensus candidate, or are they saying that Narendra Modi should be, there should be a candidate from every party to take him on?
Gaurav, one interesting thing is that this idea of a consensus candidate was put forward by Anil Shastri, Congress leader, and the same idea has been rubbished by another congressman, MLA from Pindra in Varanasi. He says that this is complete rubbish theory, and in fact a strong candidate must be put forward before to take on Narendra Modi, and he says that he is one of that strong candidate because we also know that he's the front runner for a seat from Varanasi, and he says that he was ready to take on Narendra Modi if the Congress party fields him from that seat. So the talks that are going on that a common candidate could be fielded, that is all gone for a toss at the moment, because the Congress itself is in a tizzy because they are all ready to field another candidate against Narendra Modi, and we also know that Samajwadi Party has already fielded a candidate in this field, so we don't see a grand alliance taking shape.
Okay. Javed, Sudhindra Bhadoria of the BSP was also of the opinion that perhaps a grand alliance may not be possible, may not be feasible, but to take on Narendra Modi, is the Aam Aadmi Party hoping that they would be joined by other parties so that there is one person taken on Narendra Modi, or will it be a number of candidates?
Ideally, the opponents of Mr. Narendra Modi would like to have one candidate. But as things stand today, I'd be very, very surprised if that were to happen. Not only is there more than one opinion on the issue within the Congress party, even amongst the two other major players, that's the SP and the BJP, there's no common ground. Because, and there is a reason for it. Nobody would want Kejriwal to be the common candidate because, for argument's sake, if everybody rallies behind Kejriwal and if he defeats Narendra Modi, he'll appear as the tallest opposition leader, and he'll suddenly become the focus of attention, which none of the opposition leaders are willing to cede ground. So therefore, I don't see that happening at all.
Okay, for the moment, Javed and Rohit, many thanks for joining me. Our next big focus story is the Congress party that has deferred a decision on announcing its candidates. Of course, what sources are telling us that the decision on tainted leaders, whether it's Ashok Chavan or Suresh Kalmadi, has also been deferred. Now, some within the Congress party say that after Pawan Kumar Bansal got a ticket, Pawan Kumar Bansal, of course, insists that he is not tainted. It was his nephew, and he's actually a prosecution witness. But if Pawan Bansal got a ticket, should Ashok Chavan also get a ticket? He's in the other scam, has been booked by the CBI. Or in the Commonwealth Games scam, Suresh Kalmadi, both of them seem to be wanting a ticket for their kin. And joining me now for more on the stories, headlines today is Ashar Ahmed Khan. Ashar, will Suresh Kalmadi get a ticket? Will Ashok Chavan get a ticket? Or will they try to get a foot in through the door by getting their families to get a ticket?
Well, there is a list coming out in about half an hour's time. 7:30, a special press briefing is being held by the General Secretary in charge who releases the list, that is Madhusudan Mistry. But as far as Kalmadi is concerned, what sources are telling us is that the Congress High Command is not keen to give a ticket even to the kin of Suresh Kalmadi. As far as Ashok Chavan is concerned, there is thinking within the Congress that perhaps some of his relatives, either his brother-in-law or his wife, could get a ticket from Nanded. But at the moment, what the Congress party has done is that it has put on hold both these seats, that is Nanded, from where Ashok Chavan is wanting, and Pune. So what we are expecting is that in today's list, which is going to be shortly announced, these two seats will not come, while there would be 5 seats which would be announced for Delhi, and seats also will be announced for Chhattisgarh, for Rajasthan, Punjab, and also Haryana.
Okay, and what sources in the Congress party are telling us that in Delhi, at least 4 of the Congress party stalwarts, or at least 4 of the sitting MPs, are likely to be given a ticket. What are sources telling us? Kapil Sibal will get a ticket from Chandni Chowk. Sandeep Dikshit from East Delhi. JP Agarwal and Ajay Makan will also contest again. Now, sources are telling headlines today that Mahabal Mishra is likely to be fielded from West Delhi. However, Krishna Tirath appears doubtful at this point of time. That is what sources are telling us. But as Ashar Ahmed Khan was just telling us a short while back, in about half an hour from now, Madhusudan Mistry will come out with that press briefing, and we should be able to tell you the exact details at that point of time. And from Congress, we're shifting focus to the BJP. All is not well in the BJP camp either. We'll take you to Chandigarh. Protests when Kiran Kher, the BJP candidate from Chandigarh, just as soon as she landed at Chandigarh, eggs were thrown at her car, black flags were shown to her by local BJP activists. They were protesting against an outsider being para-dropped there, and that is one part of the story. Former Chief of the Army Staff, General VK Singh, is expected to be the BJP candidate from Ghaziabad, and today black flags and anti-VK Singh slogans were shouted even in Ghaziabad. Again, local BJP unit in Ghaziabad protesting. Why is an outsider coming to Ghaziabad to contest? But Kiran Kher has said, मैं तो चंडीगढ़ की बेटी हूँ. She insists she is from Chandigarh. She's been born there. She grew up there. She's a badminton player, as she insisted, from there. And that whoever is protesting, she insists she'll try and get them on board. Let's listen in.
बाहर से आई हूँ. मेरा ऑफिशियल एड्रेस है 65 सेक्टर 8 है. मैं बाहर से नहीं आई हूँ, यहीं पे पढ़ी हूँ. ये सिटी और स्टेट को रिप्रेजेंट किया है बैडमिंटन में. कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटी सब किया है. ये मेरा घर है. तो बाहर से नहीं. बंसल साहब से पूछिए, वो जब अभी तक बनी नहीं, वो बाहर से, वो तो यहीं के थे. वो काम क्यों नहीं करवाए? बाहर वाले लोग आकर करवाएंगे. फिक्र ना करो.
Opposition is a good sign. It's a healthy sign. I think there should be people who have been working hard. I'm sure over a period of time it will become all right. People, I think she's already spoken to a lot of people.
So Anupam Kher saying all efforts are being made to get everyone on board. We'll keep reporting on that story. Let's now take you to Ghaziabad, where black flags were shown to General VK Singh, former Chief of the Army Staff, who's likely to be the BJP candidate from Ghaziabad. General VK Singh was called an outsider. VK Singh Murdabad were some of the slogans that were shouted at Ghaziabad. Hundreds of local BJP workers objected to him being declared, not officially though so far, as the candidate from the crucial Western UP seat adjoining Delhi. General VK Singh said he will try and get everyone on board. Let's listen in.
आपके घर में भी आपका विरोध होता है कि नहीं? बच्चे कुछ बोलते हैं ना आपको, कोई बात नहीं. जहाँ से पार्टी बोलेगी वहाँ से लड़ेंगे, क्या दिक्कत है?
And there's big buzz in the Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi. An Aam Aadmi Party leader and former minister, Rakhi Birla, stands accused of demanding a bribe to support an Aam Aadmi Party candidate, and this allegation has been levelled by Mahinder Singh himself. He's the Aam Aadmi Party candidate in Northwest Delhi. He's accused Rakhi Birla of demanding money to campaign for him, to set up an office for him, and to take his candidature forward. And Mahinder Singh is so miffed that he says he'd rather not contest elections than contest elections by paying money to Rakhi Birla. Let's listen in to more on this story. Let's listen in to reactions that are coming in.
जिस तरह का राखी का रवैया है, अगर उसको टिकट मिलती है तो क्या काम करेंगे?
नहीं, जो वो मेरे से पैर पकड़वाती है, मेरे से पैसे मांगती है, तो उससे जो कार्यकर्ता उससे पैसे नहीं मांगे क्या? कार्यकर्ता उससे छोड़ दें जब ये तो उसने दिल्ली में और देश में एक ऐसा संदेश दे दिया है कि जो वॉलंटियर भूखे पैसे काम करने को तैयार थे इस पार्टी के साथ में और जी जान लगाते थे, वो कार्यकर्ता पैसे मांगेंगे.
For the latest on the stories, headlines today is Ankit Tyagi. Ankit, what's the buzz in the Aam Aadmi Party? This is a very serious allegation being levelled by a candidate himself.
Well, absolutely. Till just yesterday, Mahendra Singh was the candidate of the Aam Aadmi Party from the Northwest Delhi constituency. And now, in the morning today, he was asked in fact, the news started when he returned the ticket to contest from the Northwest constituency. What we learned from our sources was that the party thought that they should put up a strong face, and that is why they brought back Rakib Ullah. Remember, Gaurav, about 15 days back, as the second list of Aam Aadmi Party had come, that time we had reported that Rakib Ullah was going to get the ticket from Northwest constituency. There was some controversy, and then her name was taken back. Now, this is a big allegation as far as the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. So far, what I've got to learn from my sources is that they are looking into it. They are going. They will speak to Mahendra Singh also and to Rakib Ullah. Remember, officially, Rakib Ullah's name has not been declared from the party as far as the Northwest constituency is concerned. But the buzz is that she's the one who is going to replace Mahendra Singh. And now, when Mahendra Singh is saying that he's not getting any support from the party, instead, the local MLA Rakib Ullah from that region, she's asking him money to help him out for the campaign in the election. That's a very serious allegation, and like any other party, Aam Aadmi Party is also facing a lot of dissent as far as ticket distribution is concerned.
The question remains, a party that is fighting elections on the plank of fighting against corruption, will their internal Lokpal investigate this matter in a transparent manner, and will we get to hear about action taken in this case in time? Ankit, for the moment, many thanks for joining me. Of course, Arvind Kejriwal faced protests again in Delhi today. He was at a meeting. The future of Indian Muslims is what this meeting was all about. And black flags were shown to Arvind Kejriwal at this meeting, where he stands accused of behaving in a rather autocratic manner. Watching the political buzz today, let's now take you to Kerala, where Minister of State for Human Resource Development Shashi Tharoor filed his papers as the Congress Party candidate from Thiruvananthapuram. Shashi Tharoor has lashed out at the LDF, accusing the CPM of attacking him on personal grounds and levelling allegations, baseless allegations against him in the Sunanda Pushkar mysterious death case. He's expected to file an official complaint with the Election Commission of India. Shashi Tharoor also said the fight should be a clash of ideas, should be on merit, and should not be the way the left is attacking him. Let's listen in.
It is not possible for any candidate or political party to level such accusations of a personal nature, in this case completely unfounded, baseless, false accusations against a candidate. It is a violation of the model code of conduct. Whether I will file a complaint, or some member of my party will file a complaint, or some public-spirited citizen will file a complaint, I have no doubt that a complaint will indeed be filed, because this is cheap, defamatory, contemptible politics.
And let us now take you to Varanasi. Narendra Modi is campaigning across the country, but you have Narendra Modi lookalikes who are campaigning for the BJP in Varanasi, and they're drawing a number of people